Nines 120.
Good evening, and welcome to the Town Board meeting for the Town of Ossining for January 13th, 2015. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, tonight is our reorganizational meeting. Madam Clerk.
Okay. Councilwoman Jeffries?
Here.
Councilman Harder?
Here.
And Supervisor Donnelly?
Here.
And as the supervisor stated, this is our reorganizational meeting, and we will start off with appointments. Deputy Supervisor, Supervisor Donnelly appoints Eric Blaha, Deputy Supervisor, for the Town of Ossining effective January 1st, 2015. Deputy Receiver of Taxes, in accordance with the appropriate provisions of law, Ms. Julie Davis is hereby reappointed to the office of Receiver of Taxes of the Town of Ossining for 2015, bearing the title and full responsibilities of Deputy Receiver of Taxes and serving at the pleasure of the Receiver of Taxes. 3. Supervisor Liaison Appointments. Suzanne Donnelly, de facto on all committees, Historic Hudson River Towns, Intermunicipal Leadership Team, Westchester Municipal Officials Association, Ossining Communities at Care. Jeffrey Harder, Recreation Advisory Board, Westchester County, Ossining Volunteer Ambulance Corps, Ossining and Briarcliff Manor Fire Departments, and the Ossining Historical Society. Eric Blaha, Deputy Supervisor, IMA Committee, Ossining and Briarcliff School Districts, Liaison to Village of Ossining Water Department, Liaison to Highway Department, Liaison to Teatown Lake Reservation, and co-liaison to the Green Ossining Committee. Jim Jeffrey, Ossining Green Committees, Business Development Committee, Ossining and Briarcliff Manor Chamber of Commerce, Village of Ossining, Village of Briarcliff, co-liaison to the Ossining and Briarcliff School Districts, Northern Wilshire, IFCA, the Ossining Boat Canoe Club, New York State, and Dale and Sparta Cemeteries. Deputy Town Attorney, resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby reappoints Mark Reisman as Deputy Town Attorney effective January 1, 2015 through December 31st, 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby reappoints Wayne Spector as Town Attorney effective January 1, 2015 through December 31st, 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved the Town Board hereby reappoints Madeline Zahach, Budget Officer for the Town of Ossining effective January 1st, 2015, December 31st, 2015, and be it further resolved that the duty of aid to the supervisor is in addition to her duties as Budget Officer. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the Town Board hereby reappoints the following to the position of Town Constable at an hourly rate of $50 to serve at the pleasure of the Board during calendar year 2015. Carlos Castro, Ossining, New York, and Alan Gantz, Ossining, New York. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved the Town Board hereby reappoints the following to the position of Town Court Attendants at an hourly rate of $20 to serve at the pleasure of the Board during calendar year 2015. Elijah Garrison, Fleetwood, New York. Mario Conti, Ossining, New York. John Simpkins, Ossining, New York. Alan Gantz, Ossining, New York. Richard Fernandez, Cortland Manor, Franklin Jackson, Wappingers Falls, and Mr. Jackson's is $25 an hour. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. I have a question. Franklin Jackson, his now is...
He's supervisor.
Oh, he's supervising.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the Town Board hereby appoints Ingrid Richards, Ossining, as the Chair of the Town of Ossining Planning Board, fill the remainder of an unexpired 5-year term set to expire 12/31/2018. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board hereby reappoints Gareth Huggam, Ossining, to the Town of Ossining Planning Board for a 5-year term set to expire on December 31st, 2019. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board hereby appoints Jim
Osinus.
Osinus Ossining to the Town of Ossining Planning Board for a 5-year term set to expire on 12/31/2019. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved the town board hereby reappoints Donna Scarrett Ossining to the Town of Ossining EAC for a 5-year term set to expire on 12/31/19. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board hereby appoints David Krieger Ossining to the Town of Ossining Zoning Board of Appeals to fill the remainder of an unexpired 5-year term set to expire on 12/31/2017. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Annual resolutions. Resolved that the town board hereby designates the Gazette as the official newspaper and the Journal News as the alternate newspaper of the Town of Ossining for 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board of the Town of Ossining hereby adopts the following monthly meeting schedule for 2015. Regular town board meetings, second and fourth Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. The Birdsall Fagan Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street. Work sessions first and third Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., 16 Croton Avenue, boardroom, first floor. The work session scheduled for Tuesday, November 3rd will be moved to Wednesday, November 4th due to Election Day. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the office hours of the town offices for 2015 will be Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board hereby appoints Martha R. Masidi, town historian, for 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that wherever it shall be appropriate to compensate town officials and/or town employees for mileage, they shall be reimbursed at a rate of 57.5 cents per mile to be paid upon claim voucher after audit and approval in accordance with IRS standards. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that pursuant to Article 8 of the town law, the Town of Ossining shall pay the annual membership dues for membership in the Association of Towns of the State of New York for 2015 in the amount of $1,500. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board of the Town of Ossining hereby authorizes the following town personnel to attend the annual meeting of the Association of Towns to be held in New York City, February 15th through the 18th, 2015, subject to approval of their department heads. Town supervisor and members of the town board, town attorney and deputy town attorney, town assessor, building inspector, town clerk and deputy town clerk, receiver of taxes and deputy receiver of taxes, superintendent of highways, town justices, town court clerks, budget officer, assessment personnel, chairman and members of the zoning board, chairman and members of the planning board, and chairman and members of the environmental advisory board. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board hereby designates Suzanne Donnelly, supervisor, as delegate to the Association of Towns annual meeting 2015.
So moved.
Second. Sorry.
All those in favor?
I didn't know it was going to end so fast.
Resolved that the town board hereby designates Matty Zahach, budget officer, as delegate to the Association of Towns annual meeting for 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the supervisor be and hereby is authorized and directed to execute an agreement with the SPCA of Westchester for the period January 1, 2015 through December 31st, 2015, providing for humane procedures for homeless and stray dogs and cats seized by dog control officers, animal control officers, police, and other agents of the municipality. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. I have a,
Yeah.
services would be,
Yeah, yeah. They're going
what
to,
is that, Mandy?
They're going to
they're
close.
rebuilding.
Yeah, I mean, they are, we've talked about this a little bit before, but I believe they received some sort of grant or outside funding that they're going to be able to actually take down most of the buildings on the site, starting in 2015. So they were just letting us know that, you know, the town is good for 2015, but it's possible that they will not be able to serve as our animal repository, for lack of a better word, in 2016, and so to look forward to possibly making other arrangements.
There is one other one in Elms, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that one.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining hereby acknowledges that the town's dental insurance program with Delta Dental of New York will continue at the same rates as 2014, period January 1, 2015, December 31st, 2015, for group number 1576-0001 at a rate of $60 per month per employee with no dependents and $148.86 per month per employee with family coverage. Further resolved that group 76-0002 shall be at a rate of $67 per month per employee with no dependents and $158.20 per month per employee with family coverage. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Whereas the town of Ossining entered into an agreement with Santa Pro Disposal Services for the removal of refuse, garbage, and commingled recyclables at residential properties within the unincorporated area of the town of Ossining on December 21st, 2012, and now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining by exercises option renew with Santa Pro Disposal of 566 North State Road, Barcliff Manor, New York, for fiscal year 2015 at a cost not to exceed $424,755. Do I have a motion?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second. I have a question. Is 566 North State Road, that's not where, that's different?
568.
Ah, thank you.
It's like next door.
Answered.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we have the approval of the compensation plan, and I not read all of the salaries, but resolve that the town board hereby approves the following compensation plan for the year 2000. Do I have a motion?
And the fact that they'll be available at the clerk's office and online, right?
Correct.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
The person who is the third part-timer splits assessor and
Yes. She's part-time, she's
oh, she's
full-time.
full-time.
Yeah,
She
because she
splits
splits.
between,
Part-time in each office.
right.
Do I have a motion?
I'm sorry.
Do you have a
So
motion?
moved.
Well, he was still looking.
Oh,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Whereas certain officers and/or employees of the town of Ossining designated by law are required by law to file an undertaking shall remain in full force and effect until the expiration of their term of office. Termination of their employment or the further resolution of this town board, and whereas the town board of the town of Ossing, by prior resolution, has determined it is more beneficial and economical by the undertaking by a blanketed bond. Therefore resolved that all officers and/or employees of the town of Ossing will be bonded by a blanket bond in the amount of $500,000, except that the following position will carry an additional surety bond out of $100,000 taxes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved, the town supervisor is authorized to continue the intermunicipal agreement with the Village of Ossing to provide engineering services to the town for the calendar years 2015 at the sum of $71,000 or $5,950 per month. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved, the law firm of Oric, Harrington and Sutcliffe LLP, 666 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, hereby retained as bond counsel in accordance with the fees set forth sections 11 and 12 of the proposal received from Oric dated December 18th, 2000. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossing hereby approves the following schedule of fees for calendar year 2015. And these as well will be on the website and available at my office.
And they have not changed, right, since 2014's fees.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And again, they're in the clerk's office, as you said, Mary Ann, and on the webpage.
Finance debt management. Resolved-
Nope,
Records
No,
management?
records.
otherwise you're not a
Yourself?
records
I missed
man.
myself?
Yeah.
No.
Page 14.
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell us something?
Yeah.
Resolved that pursuant to section 57.19 of the local government records law, the town board hereby appoints Mary Ann Roberts, town clerk, records management officer of the town of Ossing. Do I
So
have a
moved.
motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board hereby appoints Mary Ann Roberts and Suzanne Donnelly as marriage officers for the town of Ossing for 2015. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Do we not have to do the marriage officer at Sing Sing? Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I have the financial investment policy. Goes on for quite a few pages. The scope of this investment policy applies to all monies and other financial resources available for investment on its own behalf or on the behalf of any other entity. Got the objectives, the delegation of authority, prudence, the diversification, internal controls, designation of repositories, collateralizing of deposits, collateralization, permitted investments, authorized financial institution and dealers, purchase of investments, purchase agreement. Do I have a motion?
So
So
moved. Second. One question, where could, and if anybody really wanted to look at this, where could they find this?
Again, this is on the webpage and also in the clerk's office. Right. Hard copy in the clerk's office and then on the webpage.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
19.
Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossing hereby adopts the debt management policy as follows. The comptroller will monitor the debt portfolio annually for refinancing opportunities through services of a financial advisor, done in connection with the continuing disclosure process. Minimum criteria for bond refundings are as follows. 1, refunding to produce savings equal to 3% of bonds to be refinanced, and 2, savings after insurance premium, 1.5 times underwriter's discount and other costs of issuance. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Whereas Section 104B of the General Municipal Law requires the governing body of every municipality to adopt a procurement policy for all goods and services that are not required by law to be publicly bid, and whereas comments have been solicited from all officers in the town of Ossining involved in the procurement process, now therefore be it resolved that the town of Ossining does hereby adopt the following procurement process intended to apply to all goods and services not required by law to be publicly bid. Number and document are available in my office for you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And on the webpage.
Yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Reimbursement of town employee business expenses. Whereas from time to time, employees incur certain expenses in connection with performing their duties, attending training, seminars, and/or conferences. And whereas the town of Ossining has established guidelines which an employee may be legally reimbursed for expenses. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Ossining does hereby adopt the reimbursement of town employee business expense policies as follows. Again, we have purpose of this policy: prior written authorization, claim voucher required, for employee reimbursements, legal authority, tax exempt certificate, transportation, meals, lodging, registration, tuition, materials, gratuities, and periodic review. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now, each department head will be given a copy of this tomorrow. Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining hereby continues its membership with the New York State Workers' Compensation Alliance for fiscal year 2015, administer worker compensation claims at a cost not to exceed $1,150 in New York State assessment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining hereby continue its insurance policies and coverage with New York Full Insurance Reciprocal NYMER effective January 1, 2015 through 1st, 2 at an amount not to exceed $112,195.90. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That completes your reorganizational meeting.
We're
We'll
reorganized.
now go into our regular meeting. And do we have any announcements?
Yes, we do, ma'am. So this is almost like the state of the town, 2014. 2014 was a very interesting year for the town of Ossining. We made great strides in working with our infrastructure, and with the help of our engineering team, who we have as part of an IMA with the Village of Ossining, we have fixed many of the outstanding issues in the unincorporated area related to major road repair like the Old Albany Post Road dead end, and addressed drainage issues such as Cedar Lane and the Croton Dam Road Minkle neighborhood drainage, to name a few. These projects were completed at a fraction of the cost originally projected, and we could not be more proud of this team. 2014 was the year we began the essential reassessment to with the most updated one completed in 1972. Over the next 2 years, every parcel will be inspected, including those belonging to a municipality, those who are privately owned, and those designated not-for-profit religious, or tax-exempt properties. Delineation of neighborhoods will help to guide the valuation given to each property, and by mid-2015, new values will begin to be assigned to individual properties. Throughout this process, the public has been and will continue to be included. We encourage you to review and update any discrepancies that come on your data mailer sent out after the inspection, and also available in not so distant future to review your own properties and any others via the web page. That's coming a little bit later in the whole process. Some of the other exciting projects we worked on in 2014 were secured upgraded bond rating from Moody's Investors Service from a AA3 to a AA2, began the process of changing size of and increasing the authority of the Board of Ethics. Tonight we'll be actually looking for a public hearing, and you'll be able to get on the webpage and again at the clerk's office a copy of the new Board of Ethics Code for your review so you can talk about it at a public hearing if you choose. Secured a $100,000 grant for water filtration and recycling at Lewis Angle Waterfront Park, Spray Park from Senator David Carlucci. Construction of the new stage at Lewis Angle Waterfront Park. Joined NJPA for competitive pricing on equipment that's taking the place of some state contracts. Thank you, Tom. Contracts. The name contracts, yeah. Constructed 2 new playgrounds, one in Ryder Park and one in Buck Johnson Park. Commissioned physical improvements to the Shine House at Cedar Lane Park. Completed the transfer of Sparta Cemetery from the Historical Society to the town of Ossining, and executed an auction of 3 foreclosed properties with 1 closing so far. Assisted in planning and coordinating the teacher-student produced mural at the rest station at Lewis Angle Park. Researched and purchased software to secure future grants, instituted a restructuring and management of and record-keeping processes in Dale Cemetery. In the unincorporated, that was all done in the general, town general, which is all the 91% of the village of Briarcliff, the entire village of Ossining, and the unincorporated area. In the unincorporated area, which we're more of the general government for, performed research, conducted tours, and attracted future buyer for the unused police facility at 507 North State Road, and paid off significant debt on the building after the sale. Drafted a request for proposal for the provision of police services within the town of Ossining. Worked with FEMA to secure additional funding at Old Albany Post Road Dead End Project. Completed the work at the Lakeville Sewer Project upgrade and eliminated a lift station at the corner of Route 9A and Croton Dam Road being Route 134. Worked with the New York State DOT to get a no turn on red on the southbound right-hand turning lane, and a directional arrows and other safety markings installed at the intersection again of Route 134 and Croton Dam Road. 134 Croton Dam Road and 9A, resulting in significantly reducing serious accidents, not only helping motorists, but also the strain on our first responders. It was a terrible intersection. Negotiated and signed franchise agreements with Cablevision, continued to work with a group of volunteers to strengthen the Business Development Committee, worked with residents and members of the Planning, Zoning, and Town Boards, as well as the EAC, which is the Environmental Advisory Committee, to review the comprehensive plan. Completed Cedar Lane Drainage Project to improve driving conditions and preventing deterioration along Cedar Lane. This work also helped to prevent the flow of water down the hill to condo developments below, along with their efforts to do proper drainage on the property. Interviewed and contracted special counsel to begin the process of a court case concerning the proposed annexation of election districts 17 and 20 to the village of Briarcliff Manor. Hosted presentation and discussions of policies, procedures, and law behind the Town of Ossining Planning Board. We negotiated and settled a 4-year contract with the village of Ossining for the provision of police services for the unincorporated area. While we worked on all these projects, we were also responsible for the day-to-day activities in the town of Ossining. This is the administration is hands-on and watches the budget every day and works with the department heads and teams to ensure that the taxpayers' funds are properly used. Our fund balance is our savings or our rainy day funds being a term that our comptroller does not like. But over the last 3 years, we have raised those fund balances from, in 2011, the total of the town general, town outside, well, town unincorporated area, I have to be careful what I say there, and the highway fund, and all other funds went from 2011 was $3,439,539. In 2012, it was $4,061,011, and in 2013, it was $121,702. So we are doing a great job as a whole team to making sure that our fund balance, our rainy day funds, our savings accounts stay very healthy in the town. It's very important. Our budget's increase for 2015 on each fund is a 1.6% in the town general. In the unincorporated fund, it's a negative decrease of less than 0.75%. Our highway was 1.38% increase, so our total unincorporated budget was a 0.2%, or in essence a zero increase in your unincorporated tax this year. Our goals for 2015 is to complete the work on changing the size and increasing the authority of the Board of Ethics, reconstruct the planning board with new leadership and increased transparency, complete and review and update the town comprehensive plan, work with a committee and the planning board to initiate a board of architectural review as part of the planning process. Develop and schedule for infrastructure improvements such as road paving and curb repair throughout the unincorporated area. With the coalition of the villages of Ossining and Briarcliff Manor, implement a program to provide solar power at a reduced rate for residential and commercial property owners in the town of Ossining. I'll speak of that in a second. Negotiate a fair and equitable contract with the Teamsters for 2016 through 2019. Investigate grants for every department as well as outside not-for-profit and safety net organization, ensuring that Ossining gets its fair share of monies available from all types of resources. Implement next steps reporting for the biometric time clock system for controlling employee attendance, ensuring that all employees are treated fairly and the taxpayers' dollars are used efficiently. Some dates to remember. Next Tuesday, we will be having our first town hall meeting for 2015. Tuesday, January 20th, 2015, and we're going to be starting at 6:30 p.m. At that time, the town board will meet with the 2015 planning board to discuss some of the changes that will occur in the year ahead, as well as to show our support for this very important board. The town hall meeting on the reval will commence afterwards at 7:30. The town of Ossining is proud to announce the selection of 2 new members which were appointed tonight and 1 reappointment to the town of Ossining Planning Board. All 3 members are residents of the unincorporated area of the town. Ingrid Richard has been named the chair of the town of Ossining Planning Board. Ingrid has long been active in the Ossining community in a variety of capacities. She currently serves as the manager of downtown and economic development for the village of Ossining, drawing heavily on her vast knowledge of land use and compliance. Ingrid also served on the town of Ossining zoning board and the Citizen Finance Advisory Committee, and also sat on the board of Ossining Matters. Ingrid holds a master's degree in public administration from Pace University. Gareth Huffam, who's with us tonight, has been reappointed as a member of the Ossining Planning Board. Gareth joined the Ossining Planning Board in mid-2014, where he fulfilled an unexpired term of another member. Over his time on the board, he has proven to be a valuable asset with a critical mind. With an extensive background in chemistry and a mind towards the environment, to say the least, Gareth has brought a fresh perspective to the board during his tenure and brings an impressive skill set to the planning board. And finally, Jim Bocinas, I want to make sure I say it right, has been appointed as the new member of the Town of Ossining Planning Board. A lifelong Ossining resident, Jim attended the University of Buffalo, along with our Maddie, and not together, and earned a master's degree in environmental design and a master's in architecture. Jim practices mainly in Westchester County and works primarily in residential design. He is also heavily involved in the Ossining community through his work with the Jesse Collier Youth Sports and serves on the Ossining Travel Baseball Board. These members of our community will be joining Greg McWilliams and Dennis Kirby, who will continue to be instrumental in bringing the institutional knowledge that is needed on the Town Planning Board. There are other changes to the Town Planning Board. Effective immediately, all applications will be submitted electronically as well as in hard copy. The electronic versions will be distributed to the members of the Planning Board as well as posted on the Town of Ossining Planning Board page. At all levels of this application will remain on the page to allow interested parties to refer back to prior versions. So if you're on version D of your project or development, everyone can look back at A and it will still be on the page to look back at it. Meetings of the Town Planning Board will be videotaped beginning in February 2015, broadcast on government television, and posted on the webpage. A committee will be formed at the end of January to research, document, and advise the Town Board on the development and implementation of a Board of Architectural Review. Once established, this important role will become the responsibility of the Town Planning Board. We will begin posting Planning Board meetings as soon as they are approved by the Planning Board. In the past, we have waited till the Town Board accepted the minutes as well to post them on the webpage. We will not wait for that. It is important to understand at this point, though, that there are times when the Planning Board doesn't meet. It has a meeting and then it might not meet for 2 months. Until they approve the Planning Board minutes from the previous meeting, we can't post them at all. They have to review them. They're only drafts. We will review our process of notifying customers, commercial property owners, and neighboring municipalities concerning developments that come before the Planning Board. So in case we want to make sure that we're notifying everyone in the proper distance of any development and any neighboring municipalities as well. Please remember, and if you're watching tonight, you'll see this, but please remember that the next Town of Ossining Planning Board meeting will be held tomorrow, January 14th at 7:30 p.m. at the Ossining Public Library. Whenever we know we're going to have an interest in a planning board meeting, we try to move it to a venue that is appropriate. It's nothing more appropriate than the 200-seat auditorium at the library. Please check the town webpage for more information. At 7:30, we will have John Wallum, Director of the Southern Region of the New York State Office of Real Property Tax Services, will be discussing the homestead option, the required timeline for the investigation, and the action steps leading up to this very important decision. Melissa Bear from Taylor Technology and our town assessor, Fernando Gonzalez, will be updating us on the process and the progress, of the townwide revaluation. This coming weekend, another announcement, this coming weekend we celebrate and pay tribute to Martin Luther King and everything he stood for. We reflect his life in words and music. On Saturday, January 17th, 2015, the Cooperative Scholarship Committee will hold a fundraiser at Ossining High School at 3 p.m. Come in the spirit of unity and service and share in the celebration and tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. On Sunday, January 18th, the Briarcliff Ossining Ministerial Association invites you to join us in their annual celebration of the life of Martin Luther King at 7:30 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church, 34 South Highland Avenue, Ossining, New York. Now to get back to our Solarized program. We are introducing Solarized Ossining Briarcliff Manor. On Saturday, January 24th at 10 a.m. in the Briarcliff Library, we will have our first kickoff meeting of a program designed to bring solar power to our residents and commercial property owner through a pre-selected vendor and user-friendly process. Our second kickoff meeting will be held on Thursday, January 29th at the Ossining Library at 7 p.m. Solarized Westchester has selected the town of Ossining and the villages of Briarcliff Manor and Ossining to participate in a solar energy infrastructure installation discount program. That's a mouthful right there. That will make going solar easy and affordable for our residents and businesses. Green Ossining, a community-based environmental resource protection and sustainability volunteer organization, will be assisting in the public outreach of this project. Solarized Ossining Briarcliff increases the opportunity for residential and commercial solar infrastructure installation through a proven method. Group discounts offered by a pre-selected qualified solar contractor are coupled with extensive community outreach and education to create awareness and build interest. A clear end date to the residents will motivate residents to act. We have a June 1st cutoff. For more information, go to www.solarize-westchester.com/solarize-Ossining-Briarcliff. You can go on the webpage and get that information. I strongly urge you to go to the January 24th at Briarcliff Library or the January 29th at the Ossining Library. And it doesn't cost anything to get a lot of information and to learn all about solar. Solar can be a very complicated process because there's leasing, there's buying straight out, there's a bunch of different options, and they will explain it very well to us. So that is, I believe, I just want to mention one thing in advance. Our second town hall meeting will be March 3rd, and at that one we will begin with, are you prepared for a disaster? An American Red Cross, there'll be a 1-hour presentation by the American Red Cross and New York State to bring you information, to make you aware of, just to be ready for if any disaster hits. We did that one. Okay?
Are there any other announcements?
So thank you, and let's move on, Madam Clerk.
Okay, do we have any public comment on any agenda items? Not seeing any, we'll go into the board resolutions. Resolve the town board of the town of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of the December 23rd, 2014 regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolve the town board hereby approves the voucher detail report dated January 13th, 2015 in the amount of $67,576.05 for 2014 and $125,408.83 for 2015 for a grand total of $192,984.88. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. What's the big chunk now for, Maddie, in the beginning? Like the 125,408 for 2015?
I'm trying to think
It's January.
what we've paid
Yeah.
so far. I mean, we have at least one medical bill in there, which is about 95 just by itself. I think the January medical bill, and so then about another 30,000 of other 2015 invoices on top of that. But
When we say medical, are we talking insurance?
yeah,
Yeah.
the January medical insurance bill is about.
And what happens is a lot of people have to pay contracts up front and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved, the town board of the town of Ossining hereby authorizes the following addition made to the Dale Cemetery fee schedule effective January 14th, 2015. Requested amendment, void of deed, $50 per deed change.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolved that the town board of the town of Ossining hereby calls for a public hearing to be held on Tuesday, January 27th, 2015, at 7:30 p.m. at the Village of Ossining Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street, in the matter of local law number 1 of 2015, changes to the town ethics code. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You're going to have to bring a cake. My birthday.
It's your birthday. Oh, really?
You're going to have to bring cake.
Okay.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Austin hereby calls for a public hearing to be held on Tuesday, January 27th, 2015 at 7:30 PM at the Village of Austin Police Court Facility, 8688 Spring Street, in the matter of local law number 2, salary of elected highway superintendent. Do I have a-
Might I ask a question on that? Should it be 7:35? Doesn't it have to be a few minutes after the first one?
Generally, yes, that's what we do.
Right.
So we can change that to
Can we just
7.
amend that, please? So that we know that will be the second public hearing.
Okay.
Right.
Do I have a motion?
So moved as a
As amended.
second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Wanna-
Correspondence to be
Yeah,
received.
Mary Ann, can Wayne just speak on that for a
Oh, I'm
second?
sorry.
Just to respond to any curiosity or confusion about why we have a specific public hearing for a local law regarding the salary of the highway superintendent, this is a matter that is governed by New York State town law, which has a specific provision that says that certain positions, certain town officials, if you change the salary above or raise it above the amount set forth in the notice of preliminary budget, which was the original supervisor's budget presented way back when, the only way you could change it is by local law, which is why we have to go through this process, since after the initial preliminary budget was presented, through negotiations and discussions, it was decided to raise that salary. That's why we're doing this now.
But it's specific individuals. It's
Only
specific job functions, not individuals.
Only certain actual officials, and it details the specific positions, and highway superintendent is one of those.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Correspondence to be received and filed. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Austin hereby accepts the following 2014 Annual Report, Zoning Board of Appeals. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. I don't remember seeing, but okay.
We'll make sure you get another copy.
Yeah, I didn't.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No,
Monthly reports. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Austin hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of December 2014 from John F. Welch Learning Development Center, Helicopter Report, Town Clerk's Office, Town Supervisor's Office, and the Town Building Department. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I find it interesting that they call it the Learning Development Center now.
Where helicopters.
We'll move on to visitor recognition. Is there anyone here to address the board? Not seeing any. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
And without,
No,
Executive session.
no, just adjourning.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Not that anybody.
So I want to thank you. The reorg meeting is a lengthy little meeting for only having like 20 resolutions on it, but they're short. But it's a very important meeting that we have. It lets us start our work for 2015, this particular year. In other years, it would be that year. But we need to move forward and get our jobs done. We never stop working, this board and this administration. So we're very happy to get 2015 started. I want to thank the two young people that came here today for their
Participation.
participation in government. I almost called it its nickname, but I want to thank you for coming tonight. Mr. Huffman, thank you for coming. And Mr. Warren, thank you for coming tonight in the audience. That's our audience for this evening. So have a wonderful weekend. We hope to see you at one of the different occasions for Martin Luther King this weekend. We will be closed on Monday in honor of Martin Luther King Day. So the offices, the town offices, and I believe the village offices will be closed on Monday. So please be accordingly. And it is school tax collection time, and it is also Village of Austin tax collection time. So please understand that the offices will be closed on Monday. I want to thank you. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you at the town hall meeting next Tuesday. If you'd like to come at 6:30, that's when we're just going to be talking to the planning board and making sure we're all on the same page. And at 7:30, we will be starting the full town hall meeting with reval and the homestead provision and an update on the reval/reassessment for the town of Ossining. So have a great weekend. Thank you.